Don't let her get in your head and make you feel like what she's saying is true, or that if she threatens or puts some fear and now you're in scarcity mode or survival mode with her, that you have to, in a sense, submit to that and change or act now or do whatever it takes to make y'all work out. I say this because there are so many things that you can keep learning about a woman, or you can see so many different sides of her and be so convinced that it's worth it with her. And in all reality, it really is not. Now, I say this in the most, let's say, humblest way. Like, you do not have to stay with her if she's so about you now. Like, I feel like sometimes when you're dealing with a woman and she has different tactics or strategic ways about going into things, you might feel like, oh, it's for real this time, or for real looks like it's literally 2 weeks or a little bit longer than what she did before. It's back to square one. This is why I always put emphasis on what are you doing. I could tell you, hey, you know what, she's gonna gaslight you. I could tell you that, hey, right now she's just trying to make you scared and change the power dynamic, and I will tell you more about how she'll do it in a second. But are you the one that's walking away and not looking back? Are you the one that's saying, hey, you blew it one time, I'm not about 2 times, I've already got my time wasted, I don't even want to risk it, I don't even want to go there. And y'all, do not miss out on the $5 consultations, and it's multiple different options I have for y'all. Y'all can choose what's going to help you, but this is only for Cyber Monday. 24, actually way less than 24 hours at this point that's left. But y'all, this is an unbelievable deal. I thought about it last minute. It is my first time doing it, and consultations are normally what a lot of people go for, and so I do definitely want it to be available for people that have been wanting to book, or simply if you just want your help, or you want to ask a question, you want to check it out and see what's going to be there. Other options are there, as in different products. It is 70% store wide as well, so there is a lot of sales still going on, and you do not want to miss out. This is your chance to advance yourself. This is your chance of, if you're being tired, or you're done with it, or you really want to up your dating game, you want to up yourself in all areas, there's so many options, and you don't have to keep going through the same stuff. But I want y'all to be serious as well when you go ahead and book your consultation, or you go ahead and get a product, because this is a time for change, right? And it's not just for, okay, we'll just have it happen or help you for a second. It's all about the longevity and what you're striving to get at, and what you're starting today, so your future self can definitely be proud of you and happy, and thank you for what you've done. So don't forget about getting it, and the time is ticking, so don't wait too long, because it will be gone after the 24 hours. Okay, and don't forget about Patreon. You can join for free on there. You get one exclusive video a month, which is great. And I will probably be doing and adding more stuff, but there is a community already going on there. So all you got to do is click the Patreon link and go from there. And yeah, let me get back into this. So as I was kind of saying lastly, it still really matters where you're at, as far as like, if let's say you're noticing certain tactics coming up, or you're noticing that the using and the manipulating might be going on, then what are you going to separate yourself to show? What are you going to separate and show that this is not going to happen any longer? Now, I say this because you don't want to get cheated on for that to be the breaking point when you've already been pushed. Or like, for instance, if you've been in a draining toxic relationship, or she tells you like, hey, let's take a break, or if she tells you like, hey, like when I'm doing this sorts of stuff, I don't want to be bothered. Technically, all of those are red, not even technically, those are actually red flags, but it's also just awareness for you to know, like, is your non-negotiables been already like touched? Like, you checked it off, hey, this is a non-negotiable. She checked it off in a bad way, or let's say she X'd it off. So that's also where a woman loses value for you, because it doesn't matter how much money and status you have. Like, this is something I don't think that gets talked about enough, which I actually will do more videos about, but I definitely don't think it gets talked about enough, because oftentimes people think, oh, okay, well, once you do get this, or if you do have this, back to money and status, that's gonna lure her in and lock her in. But there's a lot of girls that don't stay locked in, and unfortunately, and I wouldn't want this for any female, but sometimes it's just they can stay, but they're not actually getting the treatment that they would desire, or they thought that they would be the only one, and that's not the case. To my point, my original point, there is that you can have these things going on. You can have the money and status, but yeah, if you have no game, it's not going to work out. If you also are going to be the one that gets walked all over, or if you stay with a woman where you feel like you're walking on eggshells with her and it's continuous, you're going to lose self esteem. You're going to lose yourself in a sense. You're going to feel like you're not worthy. You're probably even going to be a lot more comfortable and not comfortable, confident, a lot more confident when you first met her compared to how you are now. And again, that's a lot of like things that you've dealt with that of course has lessened you knowing the worth that you already have within, which is not acceptable in the sense of you're going to keep tolerating it, but it's not acceptable that you're going backwards. You don't want that. And obviously anybody can make a comeback, but I'm saying this to say, like, look at what's happening. If there needs to be a change, make it now. And again, go ahead and do not play about yourself and make it now. Invest in yourself, not just if it's whatever you get from me or my website or whatever it is. You can always do things like going to the gym. That's investing in yourself. As they say, bet on yourself as well. That could even look like hey, disappearing in a sense. There's a lot of videos about just disappearing, going ghost, and changing your life. Those sorts of stuff. There's also like, even saying goodbye to a lot of stuff, something that's not serving you, right? Those things really do matter. But at the end of the day, I really want you to just really reevaluate what you are making decisions to do. And when I say this is because like you also have to be able to be having awareness, right? Once you have your awareness and understanding and know, okay, this is it, it's a wrap, that's where she can get a sense of like, okay, don't play with them anymore. And I always say this to fellas, like, by the time you're doing much better, like the likelihood of you wanting her now is not gonna happen. So yeah, you can up your game. Yeah, you can know how to like talk to females, or you might not have issues with women, but if you're still lacking other areas, you still want to work on that. And sometimes it could be like one aspect is weak, but the other is stronger. So don't neglect and ignore it, that weaknesses that you have. To give you one example, that could just be like, once you emotionally get invested, it's very hard to detach or be like, on your own, or separation, which can be justifiable to a degree. However, at some point you have to make the choice to say, okay, what can I implement now and what can I put into place to make sure that this is not going to be a setback or a situation where it will be even worse, or as bad if you were to go through it again. Or preparation is just going to be key as well. So with that being said, be very attentive to what needs to be done. Be aware of her actions, what's not okay, and just knowing your worth, bottom line. I hope this helped in some way. Don't forget, again, you don't want to miss out on these amazing deals that are going on right now. They are very, very much coming to an end. So time is ticking, and book or find what's going to work for you on my website. And don't forget about Patreon. You can get a whole lot more on there. Exclusive, don't forget. Okay, I love y'all. Take care of yourself, and I will talk to y'all very much soon. Bye, y'all.